So I wanted to share a couple of oils that I just used this week on our little mini horse back here and also on my goat. We love having essential oils on hand, not only for us, but also for our animals. They work just as well on animals as they do on us, and they're very cost effective to have on hand. And I love having products that are multi-use. So I can use it on me, I can use it on my horses. It's not just a product that I'm just buying for my horses. So I guess maybe this was a couple weeks ago. I had let my goats out on some fresh grass. Now we are in kind of like a high desert area, and so our grasses are a lot richer. I think they have a lot higher sugar content in them when they do come up in the spring. And so I had let them out. It really was not for very long at all, but I brought my goat back in and she was really bloated, looked incredibly uncomfortable. And so I grabbed an oil, and that oil the oil that I used was Digize. So this is a Young Living product. And what I ended up doing was I just took a couple drops of this with some coconut oil, and I rubbed it on her belly, and then I also put a couple drops in a syringe with some coconut oil that was melted. Not the fractionated coconut oil, like actual coconut oil that's kind of like firm. And then I melted it down a little bit, let it cool, and I put a couple drops of Digize in a syringe. And crazy thing, I let her out the next morning, and since then she's actually been looking thinner. She's kind of a fatter goat. In the few months that I've owned her, she's always kind of been chunky, and she actually has been a lot thinner lately. So this also helps with worms, and so I think it might have just kind of dewormed her and allowed some worms to pass. So that was absolutely amazing. So then my little Minnie here, she was having some digestive problems just this week. I came out and fed her breakfast and she was not eating her hay, which is never a good sign. So that always kind of makes me a little bit nervous. So I also noticed she wasn't laying down and like getting up, so she didn't seem colicky to me, but she just seemed like her tummy was bothering her. So and she kept looking back at her gut, so that's typically a sign that there's some kind of digestive problem going on. So what I did was I took Digize and I rubbed that on her belly, and then I also gave her some peppermint. Let's see, some peppermint on her belly. And within a couple hours, she passed some manure, and it definitely seemed like it was kind of compacted. So I think maybe she was just constipated. That can happen with horses. You definitely don't want it to happen. So that's why I acted pretty quick on this. Any kind of digestive problems with your horses is a serious issue. And if you see anything, you definitely need to call your vet, because you never know how bad it is. But this worked really great for me, and I just love having things on hand that I can just run in the house and treat my horse. And sometimes if it's a severe issue, you can do this while you call your vet, while you're waiting for your vet to come, and at least you know that you've done something instead of just sitting and like watching something take place and it's completely out of your control. So I just wanted to share these couple of oils with you guys. If you are interested, if you don't know how to sign up for oils, please leave a comment below. We would love to help you get started with these amazing oils that have changed our lives and our animals' lives. I'm also going to be sharing some more content and videos on how I use oils here on our homestead with our horses and our goats, and also what we've done with our sheep when we had them last year. So be looking out for those videos.